everybody, and welcome here on Tuesday at Tabletop Tyranny for another episode of The Lost Tales of Paradisia. I'm Tom, and we left off last week with the four adventurers beginning their 40th session of what is going to be the conclusion of this part of the saga. The opening chapters of the story are coming to a conclusion as the group very quickly came out of the woods with the paralyzed Bias's son, Eleanor. I forgot his name for a second. The group came out of the spider nest and brought him back to his family, gaining an heirloom. You guys took the armor, I believe, right?
Yes.
You guys took the elven chain, fashioned from Kaldire, which you guys learned the family are actually runaways from Kaldire, escaping political turmoil involving the slaying of people who might be associated of birth with a family within Kaldire. Not a whole lot of information was given, but given the history of some of the group, specifically Howard, it was a bit of interesting news. And they learned that this family can also procure magical material for fashioning possible protective magic items. Agreed to help fund the town, the little hamlet that you guys had with such materials. And then you guys setting off, finding Cornelius, who said he would join you guys on your way to the festival. Seemed like probably the safest way to travel. His business was not yet concluded with you, and he went to go pack. You guys went to find Niall and I think speak to the steward. And upon going back in that direction, it became apparent that something was wrong. Villagers were frozen in place. Time had effectively stopped. And it was at this time that the party was made aware that someone was there. Quickly challenging the party and demanding that a conversation happen. The dark-haired elf was waiting at the shoreline out near the keep by the river alongside the lich who the party just killed and another Dulohan. These are all fairly competent opponents that the group has fought throughout the story, and the elf that they've been hunting and inquiring about from the beginning, the one that Basil's had visions of, one at the very beginning with the ruby. The only thing different about him was instead of wearing the ring with the ruby on it, he had the same ruby adorned to the top of some type of magical staff, and it was emanating just raw arcane power. The conversation quickly went south as it became apparent that he did not truly want to talk or his thoughts were disrupted. He was saying ominous things, such as, he was very happy with everything Reyna did, that she couldn't have done better if he had wanted, that he has nothing personal with Hallward, that simply other people want him dead, and it's nothing personal, it just has to happen. And if the party basically submitted to this, what he wanted, that he would leave the rest of the town alone, provided Hallward would just die. But then, upon seeing the Warforged, Ronan, for some reason he became distressed, speaking that the prophecy was self-correcting, and he very quickly began just revealing things and clearing house. He executed a spy that turned out to be a changeling that apparently disguised himself as Felix when the party was sent all the way in like episode 3 out to the swamps, many weeks ago in real life, almost a year ago in real life. Something that kickstarted the whole thing off was apparently this changeling who was killed by the elf. The lich began to protest and not agreeing with the elf's decisions, and he shut that shit down real quick. It all kind of came to a front when uh, Halward asked the Lich for assistance. He basically took an opportunity to see how the Lich was being treated and said, if I give you your godchildren back, you know, will you stand for this? And he rolled quite high in a moment where the Lich was being a bit, verbally and physically abused by his superior, and it seemed like he was quite literally about to agree, and then the elf uh, just dominated him. He used some type of undead controlling power to just, almost like a cleric, gain, like rebuking power over him. But instead of turning him, it just controlled him. Power combat soon broke out. The being also brought the. He also snapped his fingers to bring the Gilded Devil in play, and realizing that the devil had been kind of playing both sides of the fence without breaking any agreements, uh, the devil was freed of his contract, in so many words. And then he turned on the party, which caused all hell. Or he turned to the party and started to warn Reyna that her family was the key to everything. But before he could reveal any more than that sentence, combat broke out. Um, the the elf tried to cast disintegrate, which was I believe you guys were outside of the counter spell range, and the birds ended up intervening because Halward actually wanted to save this man's life but couldn't do anything. The birds acted on his own accord and ate uh, a lot of the disintegrate spell. Also, it became apparent that they weren't alone. That is kind of what set this on edge too. A lot of birds showed up, revealing that the Queen of Birds was in play, and the elf began to conclude how the group was like had been doing things all this time, like oiling his plans all along throughout this whole campaign. They had the help of the Queen of the Birds, which was not known to him. Uh, to which he became aggravated, realizing that this was a full-on battle. Before the initiatives could fully be resolved, the river itself kind of came alive as a humanoid figure stepped out, and the River King, whom the group helped, Gregorius, the Bog Lord, who's a servant of the River King. He, as the River King, has not been heard of or talked of since then. But you guys do remember helping get the Bog Lord out of a prison, a particular demonic prison, and perhaps this is thanks. The River King showed up and used the full power of the river to blow this elf back towards the group, to which everybody started fighting. The Duluhan charged. This elf was laying on the ground. The River King came forward, and the Gilded Devil both came up and started beating on this man, on this elf. He was not normal, though. Many of these strikes went straight through him as though he were incorporeal. And then the group just basically assisted. The Lich didn't get to do too much as he was very, very far back, and everybody was moving much faster than him. But this elf tried very hard to kill Halward. The Duluhan tried very hard to kill Halward. We're talking 6-level spells, um, and Reyna was very important in counterspelling key spells that went off. Um, and there was a decent chance that those could not have been dispelled, and Halward would have eaten a disintegrate spell, but didn't. Needless to say, everybody kind of chipped in, and this elf teleported away as he was about to get overwhelmed by the attacks of the River King. He ate like a lightning spell that was really powerful. There were blades all around him. Reyna was counterspelling all of his offensive spells, and he was forced to retreat. But there is still a Duluhan present. There is still a Lich present, and we left off with that. It was just a lot of chaos. I realize this was a very long-winded recap of the episode, but there was a lot of stuff that went down. A lot of plot was somewhat explained by the boss himself. and things just gradually turned into chaos. And we left off with there, in the middle of the town. The elf has just disappeared with his staff. The River King is right below where he was. The River King is adjacent to the Duluhan. Ronan is adjacent to the Duluhan. Halward is off diagonal about 40 feet away. Reyna and Milo are about like 75 feet away from all that, I think. You guys were far back.
Yeah.
Maybe like 50 because Reyna was counterspelling. Whatever, the counterspell distance was. But Milo was kind of nowhere close. Nyx was up there with the Duluhan.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Did I use Nyx yet? Okay.
Yeah, you kind of waited a little bit, but then when the Duluhan got close, she took in there. Like, this basically was like 16 seconds worth of fighting. Maybe it was like 12. It happened very, very fast. A lot of things happened.
Oh yeah, I definitely use Nyx, because Nyx only has 15 HP left. Out of 40, so yeah. She's taking some hits. Alright. So it's the Duluhans.
Yep.
With that.
The Doo-Doo-Han.
With that, we left off. The elf has vanished amidst blade storms. He looked fairly hurt. As I said, though he had very incorporeal qualities and defenses about him, he appeared to bleed. He appeared to take damage. He didn't look like he was a specter, but like Reyna, trained in Arcana, would know just by seeing that something was amiss with that. I can't remember if you rolled on it or anything, but like you at least would know that there's something amiss with that. It has, incorporeal traits, and that's not normal for anybody to just have. In addition to everything else he was doing, it would be like a spell. You would be able to identify it. But that's about it. Duluhan is going to ride forward, going towards Halward, which will provoke opportunity attacks. Should Ronan wish, should the River King wish, and should the Gilded Devil wish.
Is
Ronan,
Nyx up there too for a
Nyx is up there
attack?
too. Are you allowed to use your reaction, or does she get her own reaction for that?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, I know you can do it, but like who takes?
Right here, let me look it up quickly while the others are doing
that's
their...
fair.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm positive Ronan's gonna do it. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And on him. Yeah, that's a... hit.
It's a hit.
Yep.
What'd you get, above a 20?
Oh, yeah, 27.
Oh, man, dude, that's fucking wild.
I miss this.
Those went off in that 20. I'm kind of sad.
Oh.
That is 14 points damage.
Nice. It's pretty nice. It's solid.
Rolled a 7.
Howard, you definitely noticed something. You remember the last Duluhan you fought?
Yes.
Normal weapons would not harm him. He was an absolute fucking monstrosity to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Ronan's spear is not. He's not using a magical weapon, but it's hurting him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only bit of difference you notice between the last Duluhan and this Duluhan. Is this one appears to be harmed by magical weapon, or it appears to be harmed regardless on if something's magical or not.
So he's not as cool as I'm hearing.
He is not as tough as the other one was.
Not as strong.
Or he's not as resilient to damage.
It's probably more so like a younger Doohan. I feel like the older one would have been like a little bit more resilient.
I rolled.
That's what I'm. That's how I'm looking at it. He's a noob.
So the Duluhan gallops in the direction of Halward. Ronan stabs at what do you have for a weapon?
It's a long.
It's a what?
Longsword.
Oh, okay.
Longsword.
For some reason, I thought you had a spear. I don't know why I thought that. All right, so yeah, you cut in with your long sword, really good, and him for 14 damage. The devil swings wildly with his land, posted like over the legs. Which are,
Oh, you're going through a tunnel. Hold on. Fix your mic real quick.
shit.
It was
Are
like
you
you're
good?
like fade. Yeah, you're good now. You're good now.
I don't know what.
You're like
happened, sorry.
fading away into the distance.
Yeah. Just slowly. Bye.
Actually, I think I know what it is. Let me fix it right now. Hang on.
Yeah, you're good.
I also am not seeing anything about Primal Companions' reactions. I don't want to search too much because the last time I searched while we were streaming, I lost stream, so I'm not worried about it. They just won't take a reaction to.
So yeah, Ronan hits it good with his long sword. Gilded Devil swings this heavy, clumsy dire flail at the legs of the horse, and he misses. The creature manages to hop away. You know, these things aren't even. You remember when they died, like, the body of the headless horseman and the horse are all like one. This is the form it takes. It's really weird. And it manages to just kind of skip over this flail, and it misses.
Right,
The River King,
it can.
for some reason, chooses not to attack. You see him look at the Duluhan with a bit of disapproval, for sure. Not pleasant look, but he does not attack the Duluhan as the Duluhan marches out.
So Nyx can take a opportunity attack.
She can,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so the
She
beast
can.
acts during your turn. It can move and use its reaction on its own.
Oh, okay.
But the only action it takes is a dodge action unless you specifically tell it to take the attack action. So I can still.
Okay. Well, I will also do that then.
Yeah, that was my only question about that.
Yeah.
Because it's not a spiritual weapon or anything like that. So technically an actual animal, like a beast.
So 23 to hit for Nyx.
Yes.
And I believe Nyx attacks magically now too, although I guess that doesn't matter with this Duhan. So 98 plus 5. That's 9 slashing? Yeah, 9 slashing damage.
Fun.
Magical slashing.
Yeah, the claws of the cat tear into the natural hide. Does not appear to be resisting the damage at all. And that is his turn. Alright, the Lich is gonna move up, and now he's gonna be in range because he moved forward last time. Now he's gonna be in range of shit. Let me see. He's dominated, and the motherfucker who dominated him is not there, so that means he could technically attack a kitty cat or a robot man. Those are both options. So even is gonna be the Warforged. It's gonna be the Warforged then. So he just manages to get in there. Oh, why the hell is this book shut? I had his page. Was opened right up to his page too. All right, here it is. He is gonna swing this kind of like crackling mace at you. He draws his weapon, and you see it. It crackles with this like kind of blackish energy, and he's gonna swing very unerringly at you. My God, I got a crit, and you cannot be critted.
Oh, nice.
That armor has been the
Oh,
most
you
VIP
good.
selection, dude. Oh my God.
Is that adamantine or?
It is. It's adamantine.
That's so
armor.
good.
I remember him asking about it. I'm like, I don't crit the party that much, man. No, now
Yeah.
I'm critting the party. Holy fuck.
Oh, boy.
Oh man. No,
So that
this
just
would hurt,
reverts to a
too.
19, right? Basically, that 20 becomes a 19. Is that basically how it works, or is it just
I
not
think-
a crit?
No,
It
no.
just is a
It's
normal hand.
Oh,
It just
okay.
hits, but it's no crit.
Gotcha.
I mean, I would.
What's
just
your AC
avoid
at?
barbs
Yeah,
or-
what's your? She could.
21.
Okay, so it will hit. Are you gonna silvery barbs it before
No,
I
if
start
he-
getting dice?
If
He already
you
won.
get critty,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's good.
yeah.
I already won my
he's-
fight.
Yeah, he's not gonna get critted. Alright. You take 12 points of magical bludgeoning damage and 7 points or 9 points of necrotic damage. This weapon is just pulsating with malicious magical power that strips your existence right from your. Well, normally it's flesh and bone, but in this case, the magical refinements of your magical armor and your carapace and what makes you you, all that's being stripped away. You see bits of metal that make the Warforged what he is. Reyna, especially having examined him, you see like the arcane sigils that hold him together wither just a little bit, just because of this. That's his form of necrotic damage, essentially. And you remember the Lich did do this, but. That was a very nasty hit. You're surprised it didn't do more damage. You see the powers of the Dwarven Forged armor for sure. And now I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw for me, Ronan.
Yay, I'm so good. 16.
You are charmed
Ooh.
for until I say otherwise by the Lich. You will get repeated saving throws, but I am not going to say how long this effect lasts. So you feel as this damage goes through, your loyalties, your programming, everything, your urban bounty hunting, all that is cast aside. You only want to do what the Lich wants to do. And when it comes to your turn, you will find out what the Lich wants you to do.
Uh-oh.
And that is the end of the Lich's turn. Hey, Ronan, it's your turn. We're going to find out real quick.
Oh.
Right at the top of the initiative order. He wants you to...
Dance.
He wants you to, hang on a second. I gotta look something up really quick. The Lich would like you to go over to Hallward and swing on him with lethal intent. That is his wish. I had to look up some rules on something, some
How
wordings
far
on
is
things.
Howard? I want to say Ash. What was? Stuff?
I don't remember.
I know you went. I know you went running though.
He is currently 45 feet away from Ronan. He is in the direction of the steward's house. Because you guys were coming down the hill, and he kind of went off to the right. The elf's left. He purposely wanted to like separate
Yep.
areas, so that's where he went. but he's still a little bit further back, but he could put his spells up on people. He would have had no reason to necessarily get closer. He didn't say he was, so I'm assuming he's still 45 feet away from like you, because you were
Yeah,
right
no.
up. You were
I was
right up
not
near
in
the
action.
Dulan. Dulan,
wasn't-
get to him. Yeah. So you're gonna have to double move to get the Hallward.
Ash.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can dash. But if that eats up your ability to attack, then sure. He does not know about your abilities. He does not know about any of that. So you are not obligated to use like action surges or maneuvers
Don't
or
have
all
it,
that.
so-
Yeah, like you're not obligated to do those things.
So then I dashed. I would.
Okay, now you can make another wisdom saving throw.
Got an 18.
You no longer feel compelled to do anything.
Sweet.
You know, your mind reorients, and you might question why the hell you did that in the first place. That's up to you how you interpret that, but it was you realize that you definitely did some things that were out of what you would normally do for sure, but everything kind of went fuzzy after the Lich hit you, and now like you're looking at Hallward.
Yeah.
That is
Over there, fucker.
Why didn't
yeah. Ronan started like just full charging towards Hallward, but he didn't attack, and then like he kind of clears his head, and that's what you Milo and Reyna see. And then it is because that happens at the end of Ronan's turn, so now it's Milo's turn.
Yeah, Milo would have just like seen that and like cocked his head like, the fuck was that? That was weird. So we have the Lich and the Dullahan. I would ask how far each is away, but I think my bow can reach both of them. So I can get 150 feet, right? So they're both within range.
Yes, you can easily attack either of those beings without incurring any penalties.
Who took more damage so far?
Definitely the Dullahan. The
Dullahan,
Lich
yeah.
has actually not been touched.
Okay.
Actually, yes, he has. Yes, he has. Just not a lot.
Okay. Yeah,
No. Actually, the Lich has taken no damage.
Okay. Yeah, my gut was the Dullahan, so that's who Milo would shoot at, and just to actually, since the elf is gone, I would transfer my Hunter's Mark to the Dullahan.
Done.
And then yeah, two arrows. What is that? 19 to hit.
19 will hit the Dullahan.
Okay, so that's. And I will favored foe as well. So that's 15 with the first arrow. And then second. Oh yeah, 28 to hit.
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah.
Another 13 on the second arrow.
Good damage. Yeah, you hear the chest plate of the the chest armor of the creature, and it definitely appears to be affected. And it's still up, but it's been sustaining damage.
Yeah, and that's it, because that's my bonus. And then I think I'd stay where I am. Yeah, bonus both my attacks, so yeah. That's it for Milo.
Two well-placed shots from the ranger. Milo was having a rough first portion of the battle, has collected himself and is placing well-aimed arrows once again. Does Nyx do anything?
No, because I use my bonus action. So Nyx.
That's right. Okay.
Nyx
That's
is
right.
basically just dodging at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, Nyx is out there just taking defensive posture near the Lich.
Yeah.
Is what's happened then. At the end of your turn, the Lich is going to do something for sure. Milo, make a dexterity saving throw as the Lich quickly does an incantation and a little ray of light comes down above your head.
16.
Actually, it does hit you.
Can I use my inspiration so it doesn't hit me?
You have to use your inspiration before the roll.
Oh, we're doing old
Before
new rules. You don't, but if you want to go old rules, that's fine.
Oh yeah, we haven't officially overrode to the new rules
Okay.
yet.
All right.
'Cause, when we do that, certain people's characters just flat change, and I don't think we've gone
Okay.
that yet. It's not that much damage though.
57.
It is 12 points of radiant damage.
Right. Milo says, "Fuck." I didn't.
Yeah,
feel
it's
great.
very rare you take radiant damage.
Remind me, you guys, how are you all looking?
I'm pretty good.
Okay.
Only got hit
Have you?
once.
Yeah, I've not
You'll
been hit.
Devil's turn.
Okay.
I haven't been hit.
Okay.
The Gilded Devil makes haste towards Reyna and Milo. Because the Lich is near him, and he seems to not want to do hand-to-hand combat with the undead.
Hmm.
Yeah, uneventful turn for the Gilded Devil. Hallward, I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw for me.
Okie dokie.
It is the beginning of your turn.
Is this against being charmed? Or
It is
poisoned?
not it is not against either of those things.
Okie dokie. What was it again?
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I fucking I grabbed my dice and rolled it in my fingers like a dummy.
Oh.
Like a dummy. Like a dummy. It's 30-20.
You are not afraid of the Dulohan. You remember the Dulohan emits just this very unnatural aura as, you know, a mysterious headless horseman might, you know, wielding his own spine. But you are used to fighting these things clearly, and you were not afraid of the last one. You're not afraid of this one, who apparently takes damage easier. So you can continue your turn normally.
I will split clock. I want to position myself. Am I in melee range of the Dullahan by chance?
Yeah, he charged.
He charged right off of
He is 10 feet away from you. Actually,
Perfect.
he did not get adjacent to you.
I'm going to. I want to run outside his melee range. So I want to run outside his melee range.
So you're gonna get.
Probably-
Are you gonna get 15 feet from him? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'll go. So let me get this right. How far away from the Lich was Reyna and Milo? I know Milo's back taking shots from far away, right? Reyna's
They're-
still back far away, or
They're like 80. Oh, they're
Oh.
like no, they're not that far away because Reyna was casting counter spells and stuff. She's like 50, 60 feet away from the Lich.
okay. I am going to.
Yeah, she's back.
I
Towards,
want to. Yeah. So here's what I want to do. I want to move away from the Doulahan.
Okay.
I want to go outside, 15 feet away from him, but I want to move outside of his attack range. But I want to head in the direction that the Gilded Devil was headed in,
Okay.
and I don't
That's
want
fine.
to get. I don't want to get 30 feet further from.
The Lich.
Let's just make this easy. I'm gonna go 20 feet closer to the goobers, to my boys, my girls, and my boys.
Gotcha.
But I want to make sure that Ronin's still within 30 feet of me. The Gilded Devil
Okay.
is-
No. Yeah, that's fine. I get.
Okay,
What
I
you're saying.
will.
Um,
So as action, I will do my counter charm feature.
I got one thing. When
Yes.
when you step away from him on the first step, he does get an opportunity attack with the
With the whip?
spine.
Yeah,
He
for sure,
does
go
do
for it.
that. That's all he gets.
Yeah, that's fine.
I doubt it's going to be enough to really interrupt your whole turn. Yeah, an 18. Will that hit?
That does hit. Yes, it does.
Okay.
I don't think I could use a. Can I use a? Actually, hold on. No, actually, no.
I mean, you're allowed a reaction depending.
No, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't even work. It's fine. It's good. Smack it. Slap it. Twist it.
Any other time, I have like 7 D10s out now. I can't find a single fucking
Yep. That's how it be.
EM problems. So maybe you. I think it was Milo that got hit by this. Milo, you remember getting hit with the spines? Really not pleasant. You take 11 points of slashing damage, and then you take. Where did I drop that fucking die? Goddamn it. Oh, a die dropped somewhere stupid. Give me a second.
It's gone forever.
Yeah, it might be. And it is 23 necrotic damage.
Holy shit on the bridge. This changes
Oh,
my
yeah.
whole course of action now.
Shit on a bridge.
I'm gonna fucking throw my blink back dagger twice at this bitch's forehead.
I need you to make a DC. I'm not gonna tell you the DC, but I need you to make a con saving throw.
Me? Okay.
Yeah,
16.
you're okay.
No,
Woohoo!
16 didn't work for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna. This is against the Lich. This is.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I was
your
worried.
abilities.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll.
So
I'll
you can keep going. Yeah, this
I'm
was
pissed that that hurt
extremely
so bad.
painful. Yeah. You just got hit with a spinal column of a fey creature, and you felt the spines of the spine just slash away bits
Well.
of your back. It was terrible.
I'm gonna.
terrible.
I'm gonna toss my dagger at him twice. So 2 attacks with the dagger. First one is a 22 to hit. Which I'm pretty positive.
Yeah, that fucking hits, man. Yeah, that hits.
I gotta make sure my. I
My-
get like a plus.
Milo's in the back like this. He's like, I don't know what this means, but I saw it in a book once.
Oh my god.
So the Duhan's gonna take from the first attack 12 piercing. 12 piercing, and I'm gonna actually. I am going to use one of my bardic inspirations to increase the damage to do a defensive.
Is that with
Stance.
one dagger throw?
Sir,
Hell yeah.
I rolled a 4 on the d4. I get a +6, so 10. I get a +2 because it's a dueling fighting type. It's only one weapon.
Amazing.
And now I'm about to add a d8 because of my college, which is only a 1. So 13 points of damage, and I get 1 DC, 1 added to my DC. It's not like 23 again. So that's the first attack. The second doubloon is a 19 to hit.
You hit.
Woo! Is going to be 9 points, 9 more points of piercing damage. Flip him the fucking bird and say, "Fuck you, bitch!" As my action,
Damage is definitely starting to pile on.
is that I have a bonus action that I could use. I'm going to. I'm gonna heal myself with bonus action. My healing word, level 3 healing word to me, and say, "Come on, Hal, you gotta get your head in the game. You gotta start bringing to High School Musical singing."
I love it.
So 3d4 plus. Oh, son of a... Oh my god! I rolled 4s on all of them. Holy shit! 16 points of HP back from a 3rd level healing word. What the fuck? Holy shit! I'm gonna go play the lottery. That's my turn. My turn's over.
It's definitely a good turn for Howard. It is the River King's turn, and I need to think on some things.
The River King.
New challenger approaches.
Fight. Why is this music so fucking good?
Because it
I get
is-
so in it, I just get lost. I'm like, hell yeah.
Because it is D&D Battle Music 2. That's why.
Wasn't this from, like, Baldur's Gate or Divinity or something?
I don't know.
Shot.
I found it and just clicked and favorited it as Epic Battle Music. Makes me want to see what Epic Battle Music 1 sounds like. Go to this guy's YouTube channel. Oh, I played this first one before.
Hey. How's your foot? Come on, dude. Not on camera.
The River King is standing adjacent to Nyx and Lich. I need both of them to make strength saving throws.
Nyx?
Nyx as well, sadly.
Nyx. What is Nyx's strength? Strength. Ooh, Nyx is.
Wait,
nope.
Nyx is a fey creature, is she not?
Nyx is. That sounds right. Yeah.
All right, I changed.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah. Change. You will politely step out of the way of the animal before doing this. Then
Ooh.
he would not. Yeah, if it was just a normal animal, he would not. But if it was a fey creature, he's not gonna do this to her. So he ends up moving away from Nyx just a few steps, and all around him, his cloak, water just begins to swirl and pool and vortex out, and a little whirlpool of water just kind of fans out in the immediate area around him, including where the Lich is. Oh, the Lich rolled a natural 1 on his strength save.
Jeez.
That's really
Cause he ain't
bad.
got no meat on his bones. He's all bones. Got no meat, no muscle.
The Lich takes the first little bit of damage he's taken so far as this water just kind of pummels over him, and it covers quite a bit of the area. Like, it looks like if anyone steps in that area, it's not going to be very pleasant. It's like a little bit of a raging vortex kind of around him, going upwards of kind of like 15 feet as it cyclones out. It looks like there's just a mini water cyclone happening all around the area of the River King, and you can just barely see the Lich struggling to keep his footing as he's pulled inward towards the River King. And you hear him cry out. He says, "I am obligated to do nothing about the Dullahan, but I can keep this undead monstrosity at bay. Do what you must do." And that is his turn. Think about how to best approach that. Reyna's turn.
Did we mention Nyath yet?
No.
We missed Nyath's turn the last round. He was at the end of the initiative.
He readied an action.
Okay.
I did forget to say that, but
Okay.
yes, he has a readied action.
Cool.
He's dabbing for victory.
Just waiting.
Okay. I need a visual again
So
where everyone is.
so you and Milo are kind of the furthest back towards where the intersecting roads are, leading up towards the ranch, towards where the steward is staying, and where the town, where the inn is and everything, leading off towards the forest. You're in that part of town, heading down towards the keep, but you guys are the furthest. You and Milo are the furthest back. Milo's even a little further than you. Then up about 15 feet from there's Halward. Diagonal from him, about 30-35 feet, is the Dullahan and Ronan. About 20 feet from Halward, further forward from you, that is where the water cyclone and Nyx are, where the River King and the Lich are entangled. That's kind of the battlefield. It's just on this open space. There's not any terrain. There's not anywhere for cover. It's just the open pathing down leading towards where your keep is, between the keep and between the keep and the steward's house. So there's 50-55 feet between you and the Lich who's in the water cyclone.
Hey, where's Nyath and all of that?
He is he's about 85. He's the furthest away. He's outside the keep. He came out of the keep, remember? But so everybody is a little bit more forward from him, and the Gilded Devil is 10 feet away from Halward.
Okay.
He just kind of took a different pathing because Halward was way more to the right.
Okay. I'm gonna cast slow on, so it's a 40-foot cube. I wanna get.
You can get the Duluhan and the Lich if you can do that. Actually, they are spaced just barely in range for you to actually do that, and you wouldn't touch Nyx, you wouldn't touch the River King.
Okay. Okay, then I'll
I don't have a map or a grid, but I know how everything is placed. You can totally get away with that one.
Sweet.
Alright, I'll cast Flow on them both. They have to make a Wisdom saving throw.
So, Duluhan. Good old Gwel.
Okay, that failed.
The Duluhan begins moving at a, he's not swinging that whip so fast, that whip is not looking like no Indiana Jones shit. It's looking more like the Matrix with the agents.
And he has -2 to his AC and
Ugh.
dexterity throws. And he can't use a reaction. And
okay.
on his action,
He's
he
fucked.
can only use an action or a bonus action.
Ooh.
He can't use both. He can only choose one.
Shit, that's a good spell.
He sees you do it. He looks at Reyna and he says,
Very slowly.
he says, when I deal with that one, you're next. And he's holding his head and he's trying to move, but it's a lot less impressive now. At least before it was intimidating and more fluid with how he moved. You could tell he had a very high dexterity, so he takes offense to this.
Now we trip him. This is where he falls in slow motion.
And now the Lich. What was the save I needed?
Wisdom?
Yeah, or what was the DC?
Oh, 16.
I did pass that one.
Shit!
Okay, well, I got one.
The Lich has a very high wisdom saving throw.
I assumed as much, but I wanted to try.
Okay, you can run up there and hit reduce on his ass again. Have some flashbacks to Vietnam.
This is a concentration spell, so. And I'm going to. How far is the Dulahan dude?
Dudelahan?
Yeah, the Dudelahan. How far away is he?
He's about like 60 feet away.
Okay. I'll go 30 feet his direction.
Okay. Towards him?
Yeah, how close does that put me to the Lich?
You're like 20, 25 feet away from the Lich.
Okay. That's fine. I still have my mirror image up. Okay. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
I got a couple things that are gonna happen. No, just one thing actually. The Lich is gonna use a legendary action.
Whoa.
What if I tell him? What if I say no? Does it stop him?
He
Hold up a stop sign.
He is gonna teleport. He's gonna
Whoa.
disappear. It's limited. It's not a spell that he's not casting the spell teleport. It's a lot less dramatic. But he is getting out of that whirlpool shit that he flubbed his strength check on. And he's going to appear adjacent to Reyna, between Reyna and Howard. So he bamps into that position. But he can't do anything else.
Oh.
And he, I believe, is actually exhausted of all possibilities for right now. This guy is gone. How slow does the Dulahan's movement slower? He's just limited as to what actions he can take.
That's a great question. Hold on. Where'd it go?
Probably like halved or something.
Yes, speed is half. Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, well, lucky for me, I've got a very high speed and I have reach with this, so I can actually still be able to get in range of Howard with this. 'Cause
Everybody
Howard did
wants
not-
me.
Yeah, Howard did not like dash and do lots of movement because he still attacked, so he didn't like get back to where Milo was. Otherwise, that slow would have actually stopped it for sure. So I'm gonna get in there. Does it affect my attacks or anything like that?
No, it's just -2 to AC.
Well, no, he can
Yeah.
only take the attack action or the bonus action,
Yeah, he can only take.
and he does
one.
not get reactions.
Okay. No reactions, no anything like that.
No matter, like, regardless of abilities or magic item.
Is he slow?
All right.
And it can only make, if he has 2 attacks, he can only make 1.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, it says.
That's really good because he has 2 spine attacks.
Oh,
That is
sugar honey
drastic.
iced
That is
tea.
drastic.
Yeah, it can make
Oh, that's good.
1 melee or 1 ranged attack during its turn.
I got a 20 to hit.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, sugar honey iced tea. Makes me want to watch Madagascar now.
Question. Do Lahan
Yeah.
step out of range?
Did what?
Lahan step out of range? I thought I was like.
Oh, I apologize. You're no longer charmed. Yes, please make that attack. Please make that attack. I forgot you're
Suck
not
on his
charmed
toes.
anymore.
Oh,
Double check real quick.
what kind of damage is that?
Alright.
Mental.
Sucking on his
Yeah,
toes.
you're not wrong.
Fringe
is-
damage.
Suck on his toes. It was a. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, bro. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Warforged are known for their
25?
fleshy gums.
5 to hit.
Would you 25 to hit? Oh, absolutely, man.
That's a good roll.
If it starts with a
Hey.
twa and it's not a 12, it hits, man.
Yeah.
Like,
That's usually my rule of thumb too. They just like to
Alright.
gloat. They like to gloat. That's what it is.
8 damage because I rolled a 1.
Well,
Nice. That's pretty
rough.
good.
Hey, man, that's good damage for a 1.
Yeah.
I have a plus.
What's that?
Okay, Alright, it's a little bad, Howard.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one-
Just give it to me
it's-
like Michael Jackson would.
It's
Insult.
22 points of slashing damage. I rolled really high, and it is 14 points of necrotic damage.
oh
I
my
rolled,
god. Are you
Still
alive?
standing.
Holy shit.
Now thank Raina so much for making this only one attack. Like,
Yeah.
Holy shit.
oh man, she might have just saved your life.
I'm about to hit him in the song and dance routine. I'm gonna start doing a little
do
uptown
I
funk
make-
on him.
Do I make a saving throw, or is that just he's stuck like that?
That's probably a saving throw, kind of
Uh,
another wisdom save.
I know hypnotic pattern isn't. They
Oh,
just
yeah,
get
hold on, hold on.
boned.
No, I think it does because whenever she used slow against those little cockatrices.
another wisdom saving throw at the end of its turn.
Who was
Yeah,
that that
they
just
don't
went?
have
The Dulon.
Dulon.
Dulon, okay. Fuck, the Lich hasn't even gone yet?
I fucking rolled a goddamn 13.
Yes.
I wish the Lich had legendary resistance, but that would be just too much. I wanted one of these guys to not be able to do that. Oh, alright. Now the Lich gets to go.
I like the little horn in the background of the song.
I've
I'm just gonna attack Reyna with an unholy smite.
You wouldn't hit a woman, would you?
I thought about casting a spell, but I think I can serve better purpose with just this melee attack if I can hit her. If she passes her saving throw, the spell will do nothing. I did get a 20 to hit.
My
I
AC
think
is 21 right now.
good because I was gonna say I think your blade song's up, so I know it's high.
Yeah.
Very nice. A very well aimed, precise strike comes in from the Lich, but it clangs off of your sonic arcane protection.
I also have mirror image up, so.
Yeah.
Oh, what does that give me disadvantage?
No, it's just
If he does hit, he has to roll
mid-hit
something.
my AC, I would have to roll to.
Oh, I see. No, that's
see
really
if you
good.
hit
Yeah,
a
so
duplicate.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah. You
got
went
that up,
full
yeah.
Doctor Strange. Yeah, you went full Doctor Strange. That's right.
Yeah, I'm trying
That's a
not to
really
get
good
hit.
spell. That's very smart, to be honest. You don't want to get hit by any of these guys. That's it for his turn. Not a very impressive turn. He did manage to get out of that Whirlpool pool, I suppose. So yeah, Reyna, despite being a wizard, is very good at not getting hit through various spells.
Yes.
Very, very nice.
Nice.
And now it's up to Ronan.
What about
Well, it's Naive.
what about Naive?
Oh, that's right.
I forget
Thank you
about
for
it.
reminding me.
We need to put like a little video of Nias.
It's like
We
it's like
do.
that
He needs to
Video
be.
ninja.
He needs to be the fifth dude.
the
Make
neon
him, make him Tom's profile picture. Make him Tom's profile picture be Nias.
like the neon Beetlejuice sign. It just flashes like Naive, Naive.
His name 3 times and he appears.
His ready to action did not proc, so he's not going to ready that shit again. He is actually just going to cast similar magic to what the Lich does. The Lich is able to call down these radiant beams, so too can Naiath, apparently. He's doing so on the Lich, who
gonna
is
beam his ass.
accosting. What is the... Does 10 points of radiant damage to the Lich.
No.
Now it's Ronan's turn. Thank you for reminding me about that.
Gotta make a name. Alright. I'm what? Oh no.
Yeah, you are 25 feet away from the Doulahan, who's basically the closest person.
Run in, attack the Doulahan with a disarming attack. I want to try and make him drop his head.
Oh, that'll be sick.
I hate when I drop my head.
17 hit?
I may have talked over you, Ethan. Say it again.
Oh, a 17 to hit?
You hit.
His microphone. It doesn't like his voice.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Alright, and it's Discord software messing with my software. Needs to make a DC 6 strength save.
Oh, he don't make that. Gain an inspiration. The head tumbles out of his hand and rolls to the floor.
Yes! That is 9 damage. I rolled. Mike pick that up, or is my mic stupid?
You got it.
Yeah, 9 damage. Yeah.
I'm recording it.
Hey, and then I'll swing again at the Doulahan while he's disarmed. Wait, how far is Hal from me? Howard.
About 15, 20. 25, 30.
This-
35,
saying
40.
numbers.
I'm close-ish.
Yeah, I was about to say, aren't you like next to the Doulahan?
I'm within whipping distance, within 15 feet of him.
He is not far from the Doulahan. He is 10 feet away from the Doulahan.
10 feet.
Okay then. So if I got on the other side of, no, never mind. I was gonna try and be a nice guy and bait and switch, but I can't. Anyways. Second attack. Oh, I'm so close to hitting. That is 27. Yeah, 27. Is 10 more points of damage to the duel.
Yeah, he's hurt bad.
Made him drop his head, so that's all that matters.
Off with your head.
And that's my turn.
When Ronan does this, you hear the River King's voice cry out from this this like aqua cyclone, and he says, "Bring the head here. Trust me. Doulahan do not need to eat. You do require breathe." And he's suggesting that you bring the Doulahan over here. It seems he was unwilling to strike the Doulahan, but he still wishes to help you. Did not anticipate someone disarming his head. That was fucking good.
Which way did the head roll?
I'm assuming it's like it's off towards it's like just like adjacent towards him. It's somewhere like next to the Doulahan space, so it's near here. It's more close to Ronan than it is to Hallward.
Okay. Okay.
After was that it for Ronan's turn? Did you have anything else
Oh, that's
for
all.
your turn?
Ronan is done.
Very well. Yeah, the head is just a few feet away from where Ronan is, like in probably the square, right adjacent to right by him and the Doulahan. Hallward is like 10 feet away, more towards Milo.
So
and it's Milo's turn right now.
How far is the head from Nyx?
What's Nyx's movement?
I want to say 40. Give me a second here. Yeah, 40 feet.
Yeah, she can get to the head.
Can she get to it and go, like, back towards the River King? Or is it a full 40 feet away?
I'm gonna say sure, but I'm gonna have you roll an acrobatics check to see how well you can roll the goddamn head. She doesn't have hands or thumbs.
Oh,
so
she'd
just
grab it
see
in her
if
mouth.
she'd just grab it by
Yeah,
the ear.
if she can grab it in her mouth, she'd absolutely do that.
He's kissing a Doulahan. Look at her.
And I can't take reactions because I'm slowed, so I can't even stop this from happening.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, I don't need the head to make reactions, but I do need the ability to take reactions. So yes, the cat just
bonus
bites
action
into the ear and starts bringing this, rotted, corpse head in the direction. But yeah, you only get like maybe 10 feet from the Doulahan.
Okay.
So you're like 15 feet away from the goddamn from the vortex.
Make her
Okay,
dash.
Would that be one of my actions to dash?
It's your bonus action to make her dash, right?
Well, my bonus action would be to command her to do anything other than dodge. As far as I understand. Yeah. So, yeah, my bonus action would be for her to get the head and go back 10 feet. And then I would take my 2 actions to shoot the Doulahan 2 more times. So let's do it. 21.
What was the 21 for?
To hit, for Milo to hit the Doulahan with an arrow.
Yeah, you hit him.
So 17 damage on that arrow.
So the arrow pierces the chest armor, and the Dualuhan's body goes stiff. The spine kind of lays down towards the ground as he doesn't petrify, but he definitely stiffens. Like he doesn't turn to stone, and the head is struggling less in the arm or in the maw of Nyx, and he's still speaking, and he's still trying to struggle, but it's mostly ceased. It appears like he can just take like maybe free actions. All his ability to take actions is gone for some reason. You remember doing damage to him last time like this, didn't do this, but he also had charge of his head. You're not sure what's up with all that. What happens with the Doulahan if he doesn't have control of his head and you reduce him to 0 hit point? You don't know what happens. You've never read about this in your father's journal either. So this is new territory for you guys. What happens here? But Nyx is aware that he is still sentient. He is still moving, but his ability to take actions is all but ceased.
Okay. So I will turn my focus to the Lich and shoot my second arrow at the Lich.
Okay.
And let Nyx continue with the head towards the River King. 24 to hit the Lich.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And so, is that a special? Yeah, special. So I can't Hunter's Mark him because I don't have a bonus action, but I will Favored Foe because that's a special, so I can do that. So 10. Ooh. So that's 15 damage to the Lich.
Your arrow punches right into like the collarbone area, and you hear the breaking of bones, but he's like an undead monster. He doesn't express pain like mortals do. He doesn't bleed blood, but he's not resistant to this damage. You can tell he's affected by it, but he has been neglected in the damage department. Essentially, he is mostly a fresh entity. But that is probably the best attack he's had so far this whole battle, and it's apparent. He takes notice of it. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah. I think I would stay put, and yeah, that's my bonus and action. So, yep.
Well, you did the most damage to him, so it's clear to me there's only one thing to do. I'm going to use a legendary action to Unholy Smite Reyna. That seems like a response. I rolled a crit on Reyna, so here comes the silvery barbs, I imagine. Are you willing to let the crit?
Do I still get to do my mirror image, or does it automatically hit me?
Oh.
What is the mirror? What is the mirror image? Let's look up mirror image.
It's,
I'll be right back.
I can't imagine it's gonna fuck up your mirror image.
so it says I have 3 duplicates, and I have to roll a d20 to figure out if you hit.
Oh yeah, that's still gonna happen. I can't. The crit
Okay.
doesn't over. I don't have an ability to get around your mirror image. That's what it's for. It's there to stop things like this from happening. So absolutely.
Okay.
That's why you have these spells, so that crits aren't as deadly.
Okay, I have. Yeah, it hits one of my duplicates.
Okay, and then that guy just gets absolutely obliterated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one
I
of
have
these
2
images,
left.
yeah, one of these images just goes completely out. Sad. That's the crit, but that's good use of the power. Yeah, he just absolutely wails on one. You know, none of you guys are sure which one's the real Reyna actually, and he manages to quash one of these images right out.
I
And he's
got
like,
Sailor.
you can't hide forever. And it's he's still like, his eyes are still like, not, you know, he's still under the effects of whatever domination magic or rebuking the elf did. Like, that's clearly still a factor here. Is that it for, that was Milo's turn, so... Alright, the Gilded Devil is gonna help somehow, even though he can't really hurt the Lich. Hang on a second, where... Alright, I know what the Gilded Devil's gonna do.
It's so quiet.
Can we take a 5-minute break? I have to read some stuff, and I'd rather not sit here and like go do your bio breaks. I need
Sure.
to look up something really quick. It's gonna take a couple minutes.
Absolutely. All right. We'll be
I
back.
didn't realize that. Yeah, I thought I understood something. Apparently, I don't.
That's all
One
right.
second. are back. We left off with the Gilded Devil. I had to decide some things, and I had to look a few things up really quick. I have decided he is going to unleash scorching rays on the Lich. That is what he is actually going to do. I decided against an idea that I had. This seems like the best course of action.
Hell yeah.
He gets 4 rays. That's pretty damn good. Yeah.
What?
He's going to do a bit of fire damage to this guy. That's
Oh,
that's
yeah.
for damn sure. So let me roll all this really quick. Gilded Devil has quite frankly had enough. You can tell that he's been trying to like reach Reyna, you know, this whole time. He tried deciphering, or he tried giving some information away before a disintegration spell was very rudely thrown in his face. He then went to beat on the elf who was, you know, blown in the direction of you guys by the River King. Then he abandons combat to run towards Reyna. Now the Lich is hitting Reyna, and he's been trying to get in this direction. He extends his hands and he unloads the full torrent of hellfire down on this Lich, who does not resist fire in any way. Rays unerringly almost go right at this Lich, who's not very far from him, maybe like 15 feet away, and all these rays just hit him, and he takes 34 points of fire damage. You see bone char. His robes are all ablaze. He doesn't resist this in any way. And I don't know how Halward feels about keeping the Lich alive. The promise is made, but this devil does not. You can tell that this devil is going to try to kill this Lich with the way he's going at him for sure. That took out a significant chunk of his life points. That's a lot of damage, and that is it for his turn. It is Halward's turn.
I got a real simple turn. I'm going to action. I'm gonna drink a potion as an action. It's a normal potion. Old common guy.
Oh yeah, you took a lot of damage.
It's only 4 from that because I rolled 2 ones. 4 HP. That bonus action. I'm gonna do the same old rinse and repeat. I'm a 3rd level healing word myself. Use my last 3rd level to do that. Ten. My action is my bonus action. I am going to then. I want to move away from the Doulahan. He has no reaction, correct? Because he's slowed.
He appears to be stiff and not really moving from your perspective.
Oh.
Almost like a state vampire.
Okay, I will move towards where the Gilded Devil is. Get next to him. I have 30 feet of movement. Get next to him.
Yeah, you're close to him, absolutely.
And I'll just end my turn next to him. And I'll say, hey, nice shot. Shots. Nice shots.
The River King flows towards Nyx, not causing the water to envelop anybody. He just almost unnaturally just flows across the land, bringing this water torrent with him almost, which starts to settle down and thin out, but it's still very threatening at his feet and, at level if you're like a cat-sized creature, for sure. And his presence, kind of bears down as he looks down at the cat and at the head of the Doulahan, and he says, very commandingly, he says, "You're at my mercy now, Doulahan. Why is your mistress interested in this land? What does this have to do with everything? Why are demons invading the land of the free folk? Speak, or you will not go back home." People can make perception checks. His voice is very soft. People may not hear it amidst the chaos.
Holy shit, I rolled 2 nat ones. Holy shit. 3.
What is that? Math. 15.
I got a 15 too.
Ethan's not even there.
From this angle, it looks like his chair says Ethan on the top of it.
It says
You got
respawn.
Yeah, we got 2 15s and we don't know what Ethan got. And then, what'd you say, Hal? 1.
2 nat
That's right,
ones.
2 nat ones, yeah.
For a total of 3.
So you guys hear him weakly, like, trying to speak out. He speaks just loud enough for you guys to hear, as really the only one that's making the noise now is like the Lich, who's sizzling and kind of crying out in pain. He's the only one making that much noise. So you guys that got the 15 hear the severed head of the Doulahan speaking in a foreign language. I'm not gonna go around asking for languages. It's Sylvan. I don't know if anyone understands Sylvan.
Milo does.
Milo, you got the 15?
I did, yeah.
So the River King, commands to know this information. He threatens him, and you hear the severed head of the Doulahan say in Sylvan, "Fuck you and fuck the river too," in Sylvan.
I love it.
And we will see what happens with future turns, because that is the River King doesn't appear to be happy with this response, but he's not attacking. But we will see what happens. It is Reyna's turn now. She is adjacent to a Lich.
So the head is still in Nyx's mouth, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Not in the water.
Okay.
I'm by the Doulahan, right?
You're by the Lich.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm going to just hit him with my sword.
Sure thing.
And I get 2 attack. 21.
21 will hit.
Uh, 7 points of damage.
Is it magical?
Nope.
He's immune.
Cool. Then I will. Is the Doulahan close?
The Doulahan has been appears to be inactive. The only thing that's showing any signs of movement is the head, which is still talking apparently. That's in Neeks' mouth.
Well, if I cast a spell, my slow spell goes away. So I don't know if.
But you can cast a spell, it just can't be a concentration spell.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can cast spells. They can be whatever level spells, they just can't have the
Oh,
concentration keyword.
That's invisibility, right?
Invisibility is concentration.
I'm gonna cast a Blade Ward. I have
Bonus
resistance-
action?
No, I can cast a cantrip and then do a melee.
Oh, I see, I
Attack.
see. So, okay, yeah, you can do that.
So now I have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Fair.
He basically has barbarian rage for a round.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And then I guess that is it. Yeah, I guess I'm done. I'm done.
Reyna defends herself with Blade Ward after swinging with the sword, forgetting that, you know, the concentration will not affect future spell casting. She swings with the sword, forgetting that the Lich has the immunity, but she quickly defends herself, which is good because I do have a lot of bludgeoning attacks with the Lich, to be honest. And then the Doulahan goes, and he is mostly out, except he is still capable of speech. And, you know, he's still trying to scream, but he's under the effects of the slow spell, so it's a little bit distorted. Milo is the only one that can understand him. He is speaking in full Sylvan, and he says... he's saying in Sylvan, what business is it of yours that the Ice Queen does to these mortals? We have been in silent neutrality for generations, and you break it over this. And the River King says back in Sylvan, I break it because you are allying with demons who are corrupting the wilds. And that is the Doulahan's turn, because he can really not do anything else. Alright, Mr. Lich, what are we gonna
Mr.
do?
Lich! I'm Mr. Hate Christmas.
I'm gonna cast a spell on Milo,
Oh.
Sad face.
because he is doing a shit ton of damage right now.
XOXO, Gossip Girl. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow.
Alright, I need Milo to make a charisma saving throw.
Ooh.
Come on, Mr. Riz. Use your inspiration that you have.
I'm gonna use that inspiration. I have a +0 to charisma, so. $17.
Oh, that spells like.
That is literally what you needed.
Oh!
Congratulations. sir,
First
you
roll
are
was
not-
13, so thank you, Jacob.
Congratulations, you are not banished.
Oh!
That's funny. That's some petty shit. That's funny. I like that. That's funny.
Damn.
Will end my turn. Yeah.
What level is Banish?
It's like 4th, maybe?
It is a 4th level abjuration spell. It's a concentration spell as well.
Yep.
Yep.
Send you to the plains of hell.
How did I get in this shell?
Oh wait, hang on a second.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Hang on a
Don't say
second.
that. No, wait.
It's too late, Tom. Keep moving.
You already ruled. You can't rule any further.
I never do this. We're retroactively going back, and I'm not targeting a player. I fucked up.
Okay.
Milo, yep, take your inspiration back. You get all that. I very rarely do this because it's not proper,
You're trying to
but
banish
there is
the
no
soul.
way I am banishing the devil. Because if this happens,
Oh,
he might not ever come back, and he's your
Reina.
ally. This
No,
will
you can
actually
counterspell
change
this.
the story. This will change the story, and I forgot to do it.
Raina, you gotta counterspell this one, Chief.
This
you
is
gotta
the
counterspell
the
this.
Gilded Devil?
You gotta
Yes.
counterspell this.
Yes, for reasons of me being
Oh.
a stupid DM, I have to retroactively go back. I have
Do you
to.
have it?
Does Rain have a counter spell?
No.
Well, I
There's
can.
another train!
I still get a saving throw, but this could actually fucking change storyline.
Can I flash some of my nipples to give him inspiration?
No, you're not. There's gonna be none
Fuck.
of that.
Alright, we must use our last wish before he gets banished.
No, you'll. Out of game, you will still get that. You made a treaty with the Pact of Hell.
Hey, where'd you
itself,
go?
not him. Yeah, you would still get that even though even if he died.
Oh, Star could silvery barbs if he gets a high roll, right?
I don't know. I thought we want the devil to make a high roll.
We want the devil to make a high roll, yeah. But if he rolls low, you can make him re-roll again, right?
Is
Or how does that work?
it works?
No.
They take the lower one.
Damn it!
Ah, damn it!
Yeah.
No!
I'm burning all your spell books. That sucks. I knew I should have grabbed him and dimension doored away. God damn it.
See this. I do have magic resistance, so
Oh.
I do have advantage on the saving throw.
Come on, Mr. Miyagi.
Ah.
Natural fucking 20. The
See,
devil
but-
the devil literally flips him off and says, "Go fuck yourself."
Hell yeah.
Alright, so yeah, that needed to actually happen. That was a lapse in me as a DM for not even doing that to begin with after. I shouldn't have ever targeted Milo with that spell. It made no sense.
I mean, would have been pretty funny if Milo was banished.
Well, you were doing a lot of damage, but
Yeah.
if I do it to the devil, there's a chance he literally doesn't come back because he's native to a different plane.
Right,
So
yeah.
it literally makes the most sense if, for storyline purpose, to get rid of the guy that's giving you information. It
Yeah.
has to. That would make too much sense. So that's it for the Lich. We go back to Nyath now. And we got to do what we did again. So the Lich will make a saving throw. And he will fail, so he's gonna take more radiant damage. Yeah, Lich ain't looking good.
Mm.
Lich is taking a lot of damage. It is back to Ronin.
Nyath.
What about Nyath? Yeah.
Nyath went. He
Oh, sorry. Nyath casted the same spell with the ray on the Lich, and the ray came down and sizzled him for 11 damage.
Gotcha. Okay.
I apologize. I thought maybe my mic cut out. I said he takes damage. Yeah, so Nyath casted the spell. You can tell it's just simple cantrip magic at this point.
Yeah.
He blasted the one elf in the face, which really altered a lot of how the battle started going after that. And he did 2 of these attacks on the Lich so far. Now it's Ronan's turn.
Can't hear you.
That's
Oh.
okay. I wasn't saying it. Trying to think of what to do. Do anything to the Lich other than try and grapple it. I'm gonna finish the Dualahan off, I guess.
Well, you're gonna swing on the Dualahan's body.
Yeah, there's not. I mean, I can't
Okay.
do anything against the Lich, so.
So you're gonna use both attacks on the Dualahan.
Yeah.
He as you go to attack him, you can tell he's not defending himself. He appears to be fairly rigid, and after you do your first attack, you feel like he is in some kind of stasis. At the moment, like he is probably not taking damage in this current form. Just you are not sure why.
Okay.
He still has to roll on my slow thing, so I don't know if he still needs to do that or not. But
He is still slowed. I have been rolling. I didn't roll the last turn, but yeah, he is still technically slowed. That's why his voice has been more quiet than usual. Yeah, you're able to hit him, but he appears to be like almost impervious to the damage.
Okay.
Almost like a petrified person is, even though he's not like stone. It's a bit confusing. You haven't as a Warforged, you haven't seen anything quite like that. It's a bit odd.
How far is the Lich from me?
The Lich is definitely within like 15 feet or so. He's not far from you at all.
I guess I'm gonna run up to the Lich and grapple him.
Okay.
That second attack.
Yeah, I got a 16 athletics.
It beats my athletics.
Oh, does it? Does it wrestle you away? Oh, shit.
That's 12.
His bones are
I rolled a
slippery.
3.
You put on some of Diddy's baby oil.
Oh, not no baby oil.
Son of a
I
bitch,
knew it.
dude.
Yeah, I guess that's my turn then.
Yeah, sorry. Rough for Ronan. Caught between like opponents that have hard DR and like the other one that's sort of in a incapacitated state. A bit rough. That is it for Ronan. It is Milo's turn.
So is the River King close enough to Nyx to take the head now? Like Nyx wouldn't have to move any further?
Yeah, no, Nyx, yeah, he moved to Nyx, so
Yeah.
Nyx does not need to move any further. She just she's kind of holding the head up so that the two can converse with one another, basically, is what's happened.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out if conversation is necessary or if Nyx should just attack the head, but Milo's gonna take.
You are
his...
the only other one. You are the only one who can understand the banter. Milo is the only one that can even understand what's happening.
Right. That's what Milo's like. I mean, he's kind of confused. He's trying to figure out, like, is this all we need to know? Is there more? Or, I guess probably spare the head for another turn. Milo will take 2 shots at the Lich.
Very well.
18 on the first?
Yes, you hit.
Oh, wait. And bonus action, move the Hunter's Mark
Yes.
to the Lich.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yes, that's fine.
22 on that first arrow.
That's enough. The Lich eats that first arrow right to where his heart would be, and you see, like before, he steadily falls to his knees and begins to crumble till there's only rags, and his mace, which is no longer crackling with energy. And there's ash on the floor. He doesn't give you any theatrics this time. Last time, he was like, "I'll be back," blah blah. There's none of that this time.
Right.
You see, like, the eyes are glowing under the domination of the elf still, and as though that glow goes away, it's too late. Like, he's been powdered. And now we can effectively leave initiative. Let me tally up some things really quick.
Okay. Yeah, I think Milo would have just, like, knocked his second arrow and just kind of, like, strafed around to where he had visual of the head. And then
Right.
in Sylvan probably said something to the head. I don't know what he would have said.
What? Yeah. Figure out what you want
Yeah.
to say to the head, because that is gonna begin the stages of open play out of initiative now that the chaos has ceased.
I'm trying to figure out, like, I feel like anything the head says to the River King, Milo could just ask of the River King rather than being it's like Milo trying to be, like, persuasive, which he is not even remotely good at.
So this was a big deal, guys. I know that there was a bit of help. There were NPCs that were critting each other, but at the end of the day, it was a lot of what you guys did to prevent deaths from happening. Because quite literally, the point of this story was the point of this plot was a lot of the big bads having enough with getting their plans thwarted, and they showed up to do something about it. And if it wasn't for some of those counter spells, if for some of those rerolls and some of your armor, just things that you did, you definitely did your jobs, despite having some NPC help, which I said is, it's what's happening here is plot and story, and you guys are just caught in the web of it. Everybody for this battle gets 3,000 experience. The likelihood of someone dying was very high, to be honest.
Right.
It was a possibility. If one of those disintegrations hit, I knew that it was bad, but I knew that there was a likelihood with all sorts of shit that there's a good chance nothing would happen. A lot of the birds, which have been trying to, realistically, the birds were trying to help, but really saving the devil was probably the biggest. You guys really didn't need the Queen of Birds. The Queen of Birds was there for moral support, basically. She allowed the devil to live when you guys had no way to stop it, and assisted you that way. But other than that, she really didn't affect the battle. She never really did anything in the battle to damage. So, and it makes sense, these are big bads. What are birds going to do in the end if magic attacks aren't working? They're just birds in the end. But they did eat a full disintegration spell. So I feel like you deserved all of the experience for the most part, because in calculation, bad use of spells, a mistake, a bad roll. Disintegration's no joke. It's a big boy spell.
Yeah.
It's not a good spell.
Yeah.
So
what do you what does Milo say to the head, if anything?
I actually think he would reconsider, and I don't think he would want to reveal to the Doulahan and his ilk that he understands, and would probably let the conversation happen before he said anything, because I don't think Milo really know what to say yet. I think he would want to listen before he acted.
Well, the King of the River makes a speech in common. He breaks the chat with the Doulahan, who is grumbling, still talking about clarifications of Fey contracts. Milo's the only one that can understand this, but that's kind of what he's been. You know, he's talking about. He's using terms and things that go a little bit beyond your scope of things, but it's clearly Fey politics that he is bringing. Higher Fey politics, not just like lesser Fey shit, but some things that might go beyond your scope, even though you can hear it. But the River King looks on at Ronan, and he says, "He cannot harm you. He is paralyzed, as you would call it. We have his head. He is ours to do with what we will. Isn't that right?" And he looks down at the head. He goes, "You will answer our questions, even these mortals. They killed your cousin, did they not? They disgraced you. That's why you have no protections here. You've lost favor. You have no favor here. And now you're going to drown in my waters, denied the presence of your mistress, to serve in what awaits you." And he says, "What will it be?" And he looks on at all of you, and he says, "I realize this is probably confusing, but I owe you my thanks. That's why I'm here. You assisted my servant. You brought my presence back to what is rightfully mine. I, for lack of better word, am here to help you defend what is rightfully yours, if that makes any sense."
This is the River King saying that, right?
The River King is like addressing you all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he lets Ronan know, like, that guy is not going to harm you, and this is why you can't really harm him. He's in, like, this weird state. He tells you guys this is why he's here. You helped him with the Bog Lord, with Gregorius, and you helped him basically keep his land, and now he's here to help you keep yours amidst attack, is his, I guess, reasoning. Which might not explain everything deep enough, but it's an opening statement nonetheless. You can tell he feels awkward despite being like a Fey regal being, probably wherever he's from, looking, you know, nothing like this world. You know, the townsfolk would be like, if they were not still imprisoned and in their stasis, he would be causing quite a stir just with his presence alone. You can tell. You know, he reeks of high Fey for sure. And talking with mortals of any kind on this nature in this area is a bit out of characteristic for him. So he feels just as much out of place as you all, maybe, is how you would gain. And you know, that would be what your passive insights would tell you for sure about this. But he looks on to you guys as if awaiting for you to speak or say anything.
I honestly don't even know what to ask. Like, I think the only thing Milo would ask about, do we, like, out of game, do we know anything about this Ice Queen that was mentioned? Nothing. Okay.
So she's cold.
Yeah.
The only thing is that when the only thing was when Malachi, the last Doulahan, came out, he mentioned something about he mentioned, what was it called? I wrote it down. Give me one.
Let me go take a look.
Yeah.
The last time anything like that was mentioned was.
Oh, he said
when
he
you
was
fought.
asking about the Muffin Man.
He was asking about the Muffin Man. That was
Sorry.
Agent of Darkness, Hitman.
Chickens.
Uh,
We got attacked before we came to the hand. Here we go.
I believe it was
Cozy Gemstone?
he mentioned like the Queen of the Frozen Reach or
Frigid Court.
Crystalline Court, the Frigid Court. I thought it was the Crystalline Court. It was the Frigid Court. Yeah. So the last time you've heard anything like this was when the last Duluhan came to gank your ass, and he mentioned the Frigid Court.
so I would just, assuming we're all kind of standing together now, I would just like whisper to them and say like, I mean, I kind of understood the conversation. He mentioned something about an Ice Queen, which kind of lines up with the last Dulahan, right? I mean, if I remember correctly, something about frigid, something or other. I don't know. I feel like we should probably learn a little bit more about that, but I don't.
I have my suspicions.
I would just speak out loud and just say, what of this Ice Queen? Like, who is she, and why should we be concerned? I don't know anything about her.
You say that to the party?
I mean, I would say that out loud to everybody listening.
The Duluhan laughs and he says in common, he says, "You're all in over your heads. It matters not. She will have what she wants, even if I die, even if I don't come back." And the River King looks up and says, "The Ice Queen is a high fae, a fae lady, who has her own domain in a frozen area within the Feywild. She has, for endless years, years, beyond the count of what most mortals can fathom, been trying to infiltrate your world to gain power. Recently, and by recently I mean many thousands of years, over the course of different schemes, deception, trickery, and infiltration, she has managed to breach into your world from time to time. It is my understanding. And she is simply trying to gain power. You see, in our world, she is not very powerful. I am not very powerful, but it was once different. We once were all very powerful in our world, but change happens in all places. I imagine your own kingdoms have not always been thus. Kingdoms have fallen and rise, civilizations long and forgotten when once they were powerful. It was no different for me. I remember flowing through these lands free until it was deemed I could not. The Ice Queen is an evil entity who knows only malice, cold, and frigid intent. In a world where most would die and life would cease to be, where there are no healthy forests, jungles, no rivers flowing, everything is cruel and cold. This is her world. She was almost snuffed out entirely. But she deceived your world a long time ago and gained power, and she has since been biding her time, waiting for opportunity to strike when your world is vulnerable, and I believe that time is now. She has always had loyal agents deeply rooted in certain kingdoms of men, elf, but things are changing in your world now. Demonic entities are flowing in with hostile intent. Undead death magic is radiating in all worlds, funneling into a new pocket that the High Fae distrust and often don't speak of. It is something dabbled in your world far more than it is ours, and it is possible that mortals might understand it more than even myself.
Milo just like heavy sighs, and he's just like, well, I mean, It sounds like you're going to tell us much more than this Doulahan is. What more use do we have of the head?
He looks down, and he's gonna get advantage on this because you're all kind of ganging up on him, and he is a high fae. It's gonna boil down to anybody can make the intimidation roll with advantage, unless you are gonna leave it up to the hands of the high fae. But you are trying to high press a headless horseman who is sworn to the frigid court into giving up information on a high fae.
Yeah.
This is serious. It's going to require a good roll, and this will depend on it. Yeah, anybody can do it. We don't have to let the NPCs handle all the issues.
I guess
my inspiration.
I mean, I would give you advantage because I asked the question, right? So I would have said
well,
that.
I mean, no, the fact that there's a high fae there threatening him with water like this is enough to give any of you advantage.
Okay,
for
yeah,
sure.
not me.
But he's not gonna. Yeah.
Not Milo.
I'm gonna just start patting my Doulahan armor, dusting it off.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
guys definitely you beat his ass. There's a high fae. He's in a vulnerable spot. All this gives you advantage.
I got a 23.
Okay. He says, he looks at Hallward specifically. He says, I am only here for you. I don't give a fuck about kingdoms. I don't give a fuck about this world, and I don't give a fuck about who controls what. I was sent to kill him. That's all I care about. That's it. All the heirs must die.
All the heirs.
Snuff out the line. That's it.
Well, you failed. So,
Clearly.
yeah. You
Send
should
me
probably
back.
try better next time.
Send me back to my mistress. I told you enough.
I feel like we should, keep him around. I do have a bag of holding that we can stick him in. I mean, he might
Hey.
suffocate, but...
At this point he screams. He's like, no. He's like, you. And immediately, the Fey Lord is gonna silence him by causing water to flow into his mouth a bit. So that he's like, shut it. He looks at Hallward. Hallward, you can gain Hallward can gain an inspiration. The Fey Lord is gonna say, that is an excellent idea. Imprison him in something, but he must be allowed to breathe. And we can just keep him for information. This is excellent.
Well, okay, yeah. Well, if we don't want to
Surely
keep
you
him
have a-
information, does he have a soul? Because I do have a friend that can devour those.
We don't. Says it's. You could do that. It would not be that simple though. It would destroy him. He would not be able to give us anything else. He would cease to be. It would also do the same thing as suffocating him in the water would do. He says, do you wish to keep this servant? Perhaps you could fetch your glass blower and just contain him in something simple. I assume you have a glass. He looks around. Maybe you don't have a glass blower. He says, regardless, there are many ways to contain a head. There are more pressing things to. Do you want to keep him? I think that's an excellent idea. Otherwise, I don't think he's going to tell us any more. Clearly, he wants to kill you and any siblings or heirs or something that you might have. That is a little outside of what I know.
Yeah, Milo would just say, our friend up the hill he makes a lot of cider. He's probably got some type of container, right?
Yeah. Also, I want to speak to you about this Ice Queen, because it seems that agents of Kaldire keep coming after me. They seem to be sporting an icy rose on their insignia. So I'm pretty positive that they are in cahoots. Or at least I'm assuming. At this point, I'm just assuming anything that tries to kill me is
The
associated with
servants,
Kaldire.
the servants of the Icy Road.
Yes.
Yes, they are mortals that have served her frigid majesty for over 5,000 years.
Oh. Well, they're losers.
They serve the death god Nerul,
Yes.
but they worship Nerul for power, but they serve her frigid majesty because, after all, death can persist in a cold world. So they are what you would call symbiotic entities, where one benefits the other. This worries me even more so because if these cults are working in this land and assassinating people, Frigid Queen is tied heavily to the elves of this world. Almost snuffed out, as I once said. She took power over some elves here many, many, many years ago. One specific, a female elf was lured into the Feywild, and it is believed that her frigid majesty did something to tie herself to the kingdom that this woman belonged to, and it allowed her to cling to life. But she has since been very low on the power rating. Like, she hasn't been present for many, many years. However, thousands of years ago, she gained some power. She lashed at your world. It is why half of your world is frozen. I am sure any of you trained in history know that the northmost regions of your world were not always that. They were not always frozen. They were not always barren, and they were once full of rivers, life, mountains, dwarven kingdoms, free roaming elves and men, and halflings and gnomes. Even half-orcs had tribes that thrived in peace and harmony. One of the only places half-orcs could live. She annihilated all of that somehow. And it is unknown the fullest extent of her power, but it is when this happened that she essentially gained a lot of power. My kind of power. And that's recent. So the reason why 1/4 of your entire world was encased in ice and endless thousands died was because of something that she did. She caused a disruption in the very ley lines that surround your world. That is what you, at least, were trained to learn them as, I believe. We have different words for them in the Feywild, but they translate to the same thing. They are the protective layer that makes everything safe. Keeps the natural elements in line, keeps the climates intact, keeps entities out. She damaged this a long time ago and gained a lot of power. And the only thing different now is there are a lot of demons moving in your world, doing things, and there is a lot of magic emanating from the Shadowfell into the demonic world, into a pocket. And this troubles me greatly. It troubles me even more greatly now that I see this type of thing spilling. I don't like seeing magic of Lord Typhon spilling into my world. Great disturbance it was to feel his presence in my waters flowing down to your kingdom. You think I can freely do this? Show up on your shores blasting away? I would be in violation if it wasn't for the assault on your waters, the treaties that we have. I have loopholed myself here. I will not allow you all and your home to be snuffed out. But I have my limits. I cannot show up and help everywhere. I cannot always show up. I can't help you out of every problem. Entity like that shows up on my shores, on the shores of my servants and my allies, polluting, threatening the balance. I have a right to defend. I will not allow him to come to this town and cause harm. You see all the birds around you at this point chirping, and Milo can't really understand them anymore, and he looks up, he says, "You have eyes, infinite eyes on this village. If anything comes at this place like that, I will interfere."
but I can only do it if it's unfair. Him showing up with those weapons, that is not fair. That is in violation of the natural order of things. That is in violation of how things work. The demons are not allowed to send their knights and their rooks to deal with the pawns. It's not fair. That is not how it works. You do not skip places on a chessboard. That is why I interfered here.
Can I, as he's talking about these weapons of making it unfair with weapons and stuff, can I pull that gnarled staff? Let's just gnarled staff out and present it to him and say, well, listen, I don't think this is going to be much use. I mean, I know it's probably expensive and all that. I think it's probably safer in your hands because I don't know. I just feel like it's bad juju.
Yeah, you guys know. Yeah, you guys know what that is, right? You knew that was this.
Staff of the Woodlands, yeah.
Yeah. He looks.
Actually, I would say, yeah, I would actually say, wait. Do you think you could purify this staff? This used to be a druid staff. The Woodlands, and now it's just all withering and wilted and nasty. Just nasty.
He looks and says, I would be willing to do that, yes. You do not have everything that is required to restore that. We need purifying waters, not that have been tainted by the odors of Typhon. I can protect these waters, but these waters have stench upon them still. You would require waters of purest quality. Great forests of the world. There are druids there that will know. Though I must say, those staffs were given to your druids, were they not?
Well,
So
we took this off of the Lich. He was using it.
that's troubling.
Yeah.
So either a druid gave it to him, or he killed a druid.
Yeah.
That is. You need to take that to one of the great forests. You need to get word to the druids that something has disrupted. Demons and undead have disrupted. You can use my title however you see fit. I assume, while you are not my servants, I assume that we are nonetheless in agreement of an alliance, if not defensively. He looks down at you, awaiting your response.
No. Power move. Yeah, I think that's, well, at least from my point of view.
Excellent.
Sounds good. Well, I don't speak for everyone. Everyone else has their own opinion, but I'm down.
Yeah, Milo would just nod in agreement.
I cannot protect your people from every pack of wolves that comes wandering in here, nor can I strike down mortal bandits for being selfish mortals. I can stop that elf coming in here and causing all sorts of chaos. He is not what he seems. And if he ambushes you away from the river, I will not be able to help you nor send help.
Well, this is gonna sound really crazy. I did just drink a potion. I have an empty vial. Would you mind if I gathered some of your flowing water? Or is this not really part of your essence? This is just what the medium you're using to aid us through at the moment. Because if I could have a portion of you with us, and if we were in dire needs of help and assistance, I could splash you on the ground, or like kind of like a oh shit bottle, or I could like whisper into the bottle of water, and maybe I don't know how you work.
Does anyone have
Does anyone have a magical flask, or I don't know what the word is for it. He begins saying things in Sylvan. Milo, you think that he's trying to say, the only thing that he says that rings a bell in his tongue is alchemist jar.
That's
something
what I was.
that can create water.
I was about to respond with that, and I would say in
yeah.
Sylvan back to him.
Mayo.
We have an alchemy jug. I mean, it makes all kinds of things, but if you think that's of help,
I can instill your alchemy jug with the waters of my realm.
Milo does not hesitate to pull it out of his backpack.
He controls water to make the water come over and like tendril out and grab the jug, and he brings it over to him, and he holds it in his hand, and he takes one of the corks out, and instantly water from like swirling around where his cloak is goes into this jar for a while, and then he closes it and he gives it back to you, and he says, any of the water that you create in here contains the protective powers of the Fae.
Sweet.
If you drink from it all once a day, the enemy will not be able to do what they've been doing. They will not be able to be spying on you.
We need some of that right now.
Yeah.
Pass me a cup.
It is my belief that they are taking over magical spying and hard spying methods on you, and then using teleports to get their way. If the Queen of Birds is correct, we have been in touch, and it is my awareness that you have been assisting her as well. We are in alliance for the natural order of this world. It is your world. It is not our world. This is your playground. But there are foul things in this world that are at foot. Greatest of which are the negative energies that are falling into a pocket dimension. What is becoming of this, we can only speculate. But it is clear to me that there are bigger things. Apparently, this man, he points at Hallward, your death is crucial to the Queen's success. I don't know everything. I don't know what deals she made or what she did to this elf that instilled her in this world to bring her so much power. But it is all tied to that. That is why they are trying to kill you. And it is my belief that this queen is allying herself with the demons for another reason. It is probably a power play. The queen made some move thousands of years ago, and it costed you 1/4 of your world. Now it is a habit very, very akin to what she likes. Cold, deathless, and if the demons are trying to take over, then that must be the common unity. They want a dead realm, and that is why we are seeing what is happening. The devil finally speaks up. Oh yeah, there's loads more to it. They're making things too. They're trying to make magic items of renown value. Very powerful stuff. They're digging into books, they're digging into lore, they're trying to find all sorts of things. But her family, they have an immaculate sense of gem work and ornamenting, at least in this area of the world. You go further west and you get people like her family that can do all sorts of shit. But this area of the world, it's not known. It's a bunch of country bumpkins. And her family is just the pinnacle of, being able to do something really good. No one else can do what her father can do and what she can do. They know things that no one else knows, and it's a much quieter realm. So the demons are working and operating here because it is quiet. But they're creating way too much noise now. They lost me as an ally. I'm in it with you guys now. And the River King says, "Well, what are they making specifically?" And he says, "A helm of brilliant magnificence, whatever the mortals are calling it. That's one of the things that they're making." And
What about the other
Back in-
stuff? What else are they
look,
making?
he says, "I don't know about the other stuff, to be honest. All I know is that the helm being made, the operation started here. Started with her family. We've been in hell has been infiltrating your family for years, Reyna. Your family is not new to dealing with devils. Many generations ago, one of your ancestors made a deal with Mammon out of greed, and it's realistically what put your family in the mess. Remember when all your family started getting good at making things? That wasn't all some of it was natural talent, but the beginnings of it all came from just a deal with hell, and undoubtedly your father probably knows nothing of it. I'll just be honest with you. I have never had any conversations with your father, but I can promise you agents of hell have infiltrated your family. Hell has been maneuvering your family into helping with the design of this helm. The only thing is I don't know what they're doing with it.
Damn.
So we need to kill Reyna's family.
Or
No.
we at least
Oh, okay. Okay.
at least intercept
Yeah,
the
even
creation.
the devil shakes his head. He goes, excessive, way too excessive.
Even the devil.
But needless to say, somebody very close to her family, if not in her family, is distrustworthy.
I wonder who.
I don't know who that would be.
We have an idea of who. I'm curious to know who the Ice Queen's little elf friend is that she uses.
I was gonna
You
ask
said
the
a
same.
female elf?
The rumors. So the River King speaks up. He says, thousands and thousands of years ago.
Oh, okay,
old lore
okay.
to what you guys. Yeah. That's yeah.
I was gonna ask how recently, cause she's
But yeah, the Ice
couple
Queen was
hundred
almost
years.
destroyed. The Ice Queen is evil. Even a lot of the other Fey Lords didn't want her in our world. We would have rather used her space for other things. And she was beaten to almost the brink of death. And she managed to scrape together enough power to at least keep herself alive by infiltrating your world and gaining power. Fey work in packs, a lot like hell sometimes. And by gaining power with a powerful family, a Fey can go from being on the brink of death to at least being able to sustain themselves. And that is what happened. This Snow Queen, and if there are agents of if there are people that belong to the Icy Rose,
Yeah.
then that is likely where she has infiltrated.
Probably.
It is unknown. It is unknown what was done. It is unknown what curse or what deals were struck. Only that is essentially how she stayed alive, and she stayed off the map for many thousands of years, other than having a presence and having existence. And then she was responsible for the cold snap. That is what the mortals referred to it as. It was the cold snap. It is when suddenly somehow things like exploded in the north and it became super fucking cold and it annihilated multiple kingdoms, and now it's a very frigid tundra wasteland. You can go in it and you can live in it if you are hardy and able to like exist in that climate, but like it is not a thriving kingdom or area to be in like it once was. A lot of the wildlife there is now adapted to survive to very cold, inhospitable regions. The people there are mostly, under tribes. A lot of the most barbarians in the world exist in that area now. That's a little bit of lore on the wildlands, because that area is not an area that we've discussed too much. But that is what the River King says, that she is basically responsible for creating the wildlands. Before that, they were there were a lot of plains and a lot. It was, it was not different than like the geography of Nuln, and then there were mountains up to the north by the northern seas, and all that's now frozen now. All that is like underland. So she gained power there, and the ley lines were disrupted. The ley lines have been weakened ever since then, and it has gone unnoticed by the free folk, by you all. And over the course of thousands of years, it's gotten to this now. And all we can do is pinpoint where leaks are happening, and it appears you guys have made some very powerful enemies that work for the demons responsible for doing it. That is where you come into play. You have angered a servant, or possibly a perpetrator, a demon lord in disguise. I am unsure. That elf disturbed me in multiple ways, but nonetheless, you have irked him to the point where he is actively using his powers to kill you.
Well, we know who he works for.
Who does he work for?
Ishigo, bug guy, some kind of loser, some kind of Ishigo,
So an upstart
cockroach king or something.
So an upstart lord called the Cockroach King. Okay. How does this? All right. Well, all right. So there's an upstart demon lord, and
listen, we're just gonna go down a rabbit hole if we keep talking about this guy. There's like, holy shit. There's like the all-devouring ultimate ruination. The Devourer of 1,000 Suns has got something to do with it.
These are all demon lords that have been put down. These are all fallen lords.
Someone's trying to pick them back up, it seems.
Well, that elf, the one that we thwarted just now, he tapped in to the prison of Typhon. He caused demonic magics to flood into my home, down the river, into your well waters, and into your lands. The soil was ripe with demonic energies. The wildlife that ate anything that grew there, anything. A deer drinks from the tainted river. A spider in the forest eats it. Who knows what happens? I can stop this by being here. I can calm it down so that this won't happen, and I will. But if your enemy has the power to tap into the prison of Typhon, that is a problem. He was put away a long time ago, and he is not coming out. But that does not mean that cracks do not exist in his prison. They do. And if this man is capable of sucking out energy from that prison and spitting it into your world, your kingdoms are going to have a multitude of problems. And if anything that he's creating is in ballpark with this needs to get dealt with. The druids need to be reached. The primal stalkers need to do something about it. For one, they should be slinking down into the holes of these demon lords, dealing with them. This needs to be made publicly aware. You need help, and I can only offer so much of it. The kings of today don't very like the lords of the Fae coming and telling them things, if you can understand that. You have pissed off powerful people, but if you don't alert the right people, if you don't get a move on this, it is only going to get worse.
Well,
let's figure out.
We know where the prince is going to be. Maybe we can use the prince as a mouthpiece.
And we absolutely know at least one druid and one primal stalker we can contact, so...
Yes.
I don't know I don't know fully how politics work here.
They don't.
But B, I see that.
Do they
He
ever?
says...
Weren't we warned that someone in the
Kingdom's bad.
Yeah, someone in like the higher ups are bad.
Well, maybe
It's
we
likely.
feed the prince some false information. If some stupid shit leaks out, we just kill him.
That is
Easy,
likely the
easy.
case. That is likely the case. But dealing with the higher ups will put you closer to those that are betraying you. And for lack of a better word, you guys seem like a lightning rod of attracting all of the bad. Maybe going in there will bring the bad things right to you. Which I hate to say it is not the worst thing that could happen if you're able to thwart their plans enough. You've done well thus far. I can promise you that as long as you are near a river, that entity will not just show up and snuff you out. I won't allow for it. He's not going to roll in here breaking conducts. I don't know who he truly serves, but he's not. He is not normal. You must associate yourselves with those that can do something, those that can at least rally or help you get to where you need to go. Otherwise, if you know where this demon is, just go and just get whatever you can and deal with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're trying.
Yeah, we have some people to go talk to,
Yeah.
or at least contact. Don't necessarily need to go anywhere except south at this point.
Yep.
I don't even know how to express how appreciative we are of you showing up. I mean, we didn't expect it, and it was massive. So thank you.
He says, "I'm just returning the thanks. You assisted in my servant. I thought it appropriate that I intervene when the natural laws of this world were being violated. It seemed ill purpose to allow that to happen. It is with this point that some of the townsfolk are breaking out of the temporal stasis.
Shoot, go.
Yeah.
A lot of the birds have begun to like disperse too. You notice they're not like all hovering in the area, all like Hitchcock style. And the River King does begin to back away towards the waters before anybody like sees him, and the devil has taken a more natural guise, and the River King says to you, "We will be in touch. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm sure things will make more sense and get better soon. These are chaotic times everywhere, and nothing seems to be what it seems." And as he steps into the water, he slowly the water like kind of like washes over him, and he kind of like falls back into it and like becomes the water, and then the river is just flowing like it is normally, and he's gone as the town begins to stir more. Apparently people are unaware of anything that's happened, and really there's not a lot of chaos in the battle. Like people didn't get like beheaded or disemboweled or anything. There's nothing bad. There's nothing to clean up really. It's just, you guys are now in a different place, and nobody seems to have noticed that little hiccup in time. And that's kind of where we are right now.
Can I look to the party and seeing everyone's kind of got this? There's a deep sense of heaviness. I'll say, why did the river cross the road?
Why?
To get to the other tide.
And Nyx is just standing there with a Doulahan head in her mouth. And I'll just say, bring the head somewhere. I'm gonna go up and talk to I don't remember his name, but the cider maker, and see if he has any type of container that we can keep the head in.
I mean, yeah, you guys can get a container. Yeah, we don't
Okay.
gotta like
Okay.
role play that one out. You guys can acquire a container, and something that can hold the head.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right.
Just get like a little jar with a little plastic lid and we poke holes in it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, like Firefly catcher,
the good old
but
bug, the
yeah.
bug collector's jar.
All right, well, should we put something in his mouth so he doesn't just start yapping?
I mean, I guess.
All right.
It's like
take
you
a sock
just have
off.
To
Yeah.
carry him around like oh, what's that game? The God of War.
Mhm. Yeah.
Carried around on your waist.
Oh,
That's what I was
carrying
thinking.
the
Yeah,
Mia's
just
head.
a
Yeah.
jar around your waist. Yeah.
Oh my god, all I need now is a horse. Because they'll do Doulahan wear horses, I can just fake it, make it look like I don't have a head, I can hold his head, and get a spine whip, and I'm a Doulahan. I'm practically a Doulahan. Perfect disguise.
Oh, the unnatural body of the Doulahan has dispersed.
Okay.
More than a couple minutes have passed, and he's been completely in someone else's hold. He can get his body back, but he has to not be basically completely in someone else's. He's in a complete state of submission at this point because of everything that's happened. He has to somehow get free of this situation and out of your clutches before he can bring his body back, I'm gonna say. So he's completely imprisoned right now, and it's gonna take some bullshit for him to get out of that situation. So there's that.
How early in the
And
what time of day was this that happened?
This is fairly early because
Okay.
remember you guys woke up,
Come
had
back from the woods.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, you guys
That's right.
woke up, had breakfast, and then we're basically on your way to the
Leave.
festival. Yeah, you guys are
Yeah.
leaving for the festival for the 5-day journey to where the festival is, and then this happened.
I need a quick hour break real quick.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
say I say we sit down, have some lunch, and continue to leave. Finally.
Yeah. I would like that very much.
Yeah.
One peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, that
Please.
sounds. I'm gonna make one of those as soon as we're done here. Absolutely.
Yep.
Sounds so good.
With some potato chips sprinkled on it. Yeah, I'm down to take a short rest if everyone else wants to.
Yeah. Well, and it's 12:15, so it might be a good place to.
Yeah, we could stop here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a short rest.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, you guys can. You guys will take a short rest that is uninterrupted, so we can leave off with that. And yeah, it is getting late.
I'll sing a little song of rest. I'll say. It gives you an extra 1d6 hit points whenever you take a short rest. If you spin the hit dice, I'll
Nice.
say, "Cause you had a long day,
Nice.
people don't lie." It's my song.
Extra D6. All right, 1d10.
How did the D10 do? How did D10 get? So how the shit did I roll a 10 on a D8? Ooh. All these freaking undead guys want us.
Yeah.
Want our bods.
Mostly you guys. I just joined.
Yeah.
Oh, also, who wanted the cloak of protection?
I have it now. Yeah.
Okay, did you equip it and tune to it and all that?
Yeah. Yeah.
After a short rest?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say if we could loot that guy's body, Tom, but I think you said it.
There's actually there is no loot from this.
I'll piss on his body spot where he died at. Piss on.
You're gonna just take a big old piss, okay?
I'm gonna pull the dual on every time I gotta take a piss. I'll pull him on, turn his head around. I'll piss on the back of his head every morning.
I'm pretty good with loot most of these encounters. This one, there's not loot for this.
That's what we're doing. Every morning we wake up. Every time I gotta take a piss, I'm taking Doulahan out and putting the back of his head towards me. I'm gonna pee on the back of his head.
I can't pee, so that's fine.
Fucking pissing me off. I'm gonna piss on him.
Listen, man, I'm not running a golden shower simulator, man. I don't know what the.
Tom, I need to make a pee check.
I check for spiders.
Check for spiders while I piss on his head.
All right. With that, it's 12:15. We can. Next week is festival trip, and probably actually festival. I don't plan on throwing. I don't think I plan on throwing any big ass fucking encounters. You're gonna make it to the festival.
No more flaming.
We had a few of those.
Yeah, there's no more. There's no more. Yeah, there's no more detours. You're getting to this fucking festival.
How many battles did we have since we entered this town like 2
Since
days
our
ago?
own showed up, we had like 4.
Plot twist: when you're level 20, the festival is actually the final encounter of the campaign, and it's just a series of detours.
Or in fucking
It's
purgatory.
Dude, it's looking like that about now. No, dude, we're doing festival stuff is looking like next week. I don't know how many. It's probably gonna be like 2 or 3 episodes maybe for the festival, depending on what happens. But yeah, the festival is gonna be a little bit of a deal. There's gonna be some things going on at it. So
Sweet.
that is gonna start next session. So I hope people can tune in then, anyone that watches, and hopefully we can do that next Tuesday. And there's no BS on my part, because it's usually me that ends up canceling when it does happen. And we can do it as planned on Tuesday. So thank you anyone for watching here at Tabletop Tyranny. We wish you all a good night and have a good week.
Good night.
That includes the saga. Have a good night.
Sweet.